Radio shoot ba ba da ba. You ever heard that Lizzo song? Which one? Boy, man, great till they got to be great. Don't text me, tell it straight to my face. Okay. Yeah, I know that song. What about it? Well, I was listening to it on the way over, and I think I might be on his side of the breakup. The guy who wrote the song about. Well, if you listen, to the lyrics, she kind of spells out the whole thing, and I think she's on the wrong side of this. But why don't you go ahead and explain it? But she starts off, saying, "Oh, you could have had a bad lady, non-committal. Could have, helped you with your career just a little. She's upset with him, for breaking up with her over text message. But they were already in a non-committal thing. Yeah, okay. Oh, right, but then for her to say, like, could have helped you with your career just a little, it's like, that's a strange thing to hold over him. It kind of shows him to be a good chap, like he wasn't dating her to try to, advance his career, and, perhaps he just wanted more of a committed relationship. It sounds like you really kind of thought about that lyric. Well, she goes on, and then later on she says, "Oh well, actually, truth hurts. I needed something more exciting, and I've got a new man on the Minnesota Vikings." Right. Like so after she's been broken up with, she's like, "Well, actually, you weren't exciting enough for me," that kind of thing. Right, and why do that, And then of course, whoever this new man is on the Minnesota Vikings, I'm sure he doesn't want that, played all over the radio, right? Yeah, whoa, yeah, I didn't even think about that guy. Right, and I'm sure he's probably like, hey, Liz, I thought we were in like a non-committed thing, well, why are you calling me your new man? Gonna get me in trouble, kind of thing. Right, yeah, she probably got the whole team in trouble, right? Right, yeah, so the Minnesota Vikings locker room, it's probably blowing up a bit, all a bunch of wives and girlfriends. Hey there, are you the one trying to date Lizzo, Yeah. Oh boy, yeah, no, good job, Lizzo. But then, she's on and on about it. She'll get her hair done and take new photos of herself and, like, who needs him kind of thing, Just, it sounds very bitter. Supposedly all he did was break up with her over text, and it just seems, unwarranted. Yeah. All right. Well, this is the Behind the Blow on Lizzo's "Why a Man Great" or whatever the name of that track is. And I bet if we, got that gent's, text to her, it was probably something quite nice, actually. Yeah, he's like, hey, Liz, like, girl, you're great. You got the world on fire. We're all waiting to see what you're gonna do next. Well, I'm just, hey, I'm just looking for something, more committed, and thank you for all the, offers to help me with my career, but I think I should work hard for it, Right? Yes, like I should, put in my effort and passion to get there. That's important to me. Well, he's probably a great guy. He should write a song. I want to hear his half of the story.